All right. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working on for the Fatfur game thumbnails we're going to make. By the way, if you're wondering what the thumbnail is going to be titled, like the tagline, it's going to be playing by the pound. That's why I decided it would be fun. You guys can see it, right? Yeah, you can. Okay. Let me know if the volume's good or bad or whatever. Different songs have different volumes, so. I don't think I technically... No, yeah, I don't really need to worry about background because it's going to overlay, so... Actually... I'll probably mess with that after the fact, actually. Actually, if I do that, then yeah, I don't even have to worry about it. Sorry, I'm just contemplating some stuff to my brain. Okay. So, I'm going to be coloring this picture, and then I'm going to be coloring another picture because, I swear, guys, I try not to overwork, but sometimes it's just unavoidable. The other day, I got contacted by somebody who was like, basically like, hey, could you color that one picture that I drew? And it's like, yeah. I mean, I have just too many things in my collab folder. Some of these things are actually collabs, and some of them are just art that I want to color, that I've gotten from people. And not actively collabs. More just incidental collabs. This is one of the few that were not incidental. I mean, they didn't really ask me or anything, just... It's like, yeah, I'll get that done too. That picture, however, won't take very long. It's kind of a simply drawn one. It's actually part of a set of drawings I mostly colored, just one I didn't color. Let's see, where does my hair stop? I guess right there. That's good. I don't understand my ear in this picture, I just realized. I mean... I think there's an unnecessary... No, I get it, I understand what's going on. It just looks very odd. This was a sketch. If you've ever colored a sketch, I imagine a lot of people have not colored sketches before. But especially if you're coloring a sketch from another artist. It can be harder to figure out what exactly is meant by a particular line sometimes. There's a problem here, like, there seems to be two different lines. I think I understand what it's telling me now, but it kind of looked like my ear was folded a different way than it actually was. Now with a sketch, of course, I can line this. I could add my own lines, after all. Touch it up, make it more obvious what's going on. But the color can accomplish this too. So it is possible to skip that step. The problem with it, the problem is if you want to use the colors to define things, then well, then you suddenly have the issue of needing to figure out how to set things up with the colors, which is something I usually take the challenge of. Because there's two ways you can look at this ear. You can look at it like that's the inner ear shape. You could also look at it this way. So honestly, it just doesn't make as much sense. So we'll do it that way. It's been a little while since I've done art, actually. Keep having these long art breaks. I don't need to make them, but there's just so much else going on. Man, I'm disappointed right now. I should be energetic right now. I went to bed early and everything, but it didn't help. It didn't help. I'm still not that energetic. I'm very disappointed. I mean, I slept for an hour and a half right off the bat really well, and then I woke up, and then my body was like, well, you woke up after a nap, it's time to wake up now. It's like, but it's still late, and the body's like, nope, this is when you're supposed to be up, so go get up. And I just laid in bed for 3 hours. And then eventually I went back to sleep, but... What, actually? Ooh. Magical Moon. It's actually a really good soundtrack. I'm gonna play it. There we go. There, that looks pretty good, I think. Will suffice at least. Alright. Call your man to bring you a can of coffee. I don't think I can do much with a can of coffee. I kind of need the coffee to actually be brewed. That would probably help a bit. Out of curiosity, hello, iStar. I am drawing my character as an Anthro and getting fat and burst out of his clothes because he's fat. This will be for a thumbnail that is very relevant to this scene. For certain content later. I'm gonna be playing Fatfur games. They usually focus on weight gain. Why am I doing this, you may wonder? Well, one, I am furry. And two, this is a sub-series, this is like a genre of games that nobody's like covered in videos and stuff. Also, there's a fair number of these games that are completely safe for work and totally streamable / video makeable. YouTubeable. So I figured, why not? Sounds like fun. Let's redo something different than other people. That's really the hard thing about making content. It's not the hard thing about making content is making unique content. The hard thing about making content is not just making the same thing somebody else has made already. So if I go with something off the wall, well, that effectively gives my channel more of an identity. Also, it's fun. Also, what am I doing? That's shirt. That is shirt. Or is that shirt? I think that... I think that's shirt. That's probably shirt. Yeah, it's probably shirt. Okay. So like debating thing. Well, no, actually, it's probably not shirt. Because it goes up to my collar edge. And it's below the actual collar of the shirt. So that must be... Yeah, okay. Sorry, just like brain... Clothes are hard. Clothes are hard. I've never been one for Fatfur stuff, but to each his own. That's fair. I like everything, so, you know. My interests vary a fair bit. Also worth noting, this is the only picture where I am growing out of my clothes like this. I don't think I've ever done this before, in fact. It's kind of fun, though. Don't. Doggos don't usually wear clothes. By the way, does anybody know the company Treasure? Sadly, they're kind of a retro company now, in the sense that probably a lot of people don't know them. They made some really great games in the past. This is an obscure game they worked on, that we're listening to the music of. This is, let's see, what was it called? Yes, McDonald's Treasure Land Adventure. No, Treasure. Treasure. Look up Treasure if you're wondering what I'm talking about. They made some really great games, like Silhouette Mirage for the PS1 and Dynamite Heady. One game that a lot of people know of that they made is Gunstar Heroes for the Genesis. They also made Wario World. This was an earlier... This is a licensed game they worked on. I always liked their musical style for the Genesis. They did really good Genesis music. And quite honestly, this McDonald's soundtrack sounds like something from... This sounds like Dynamite Heady music, which I'm happy about, because that's probably my favorite game from them is Dynamite Heady. Dynamite Heady is amazing. It's one of the more forgotten ones they've made, but that's just a really good platformer. Maybe I should stream it at some point. Mariama. I can't really say it. The fucking voice lines for that fight. That one boss. It's a good game, especially if you can figure out the secret code at the end. Ah, yes, I remember. It did get re-released in some collections. It's just a very fun game. With very creative world design. Given that everything takes place on a stage. The music's just so good. But yeah, it's the same company, same musicians and everything too for the game we're listening to right now. Same musicians as Dynamite Heady's musicians. Win all the basketball games or just look up the code. Yeah, the basketball games suck. I'm not gonna play them again. I didn't really like them. You can basically hear the Dynamite Heady kind of... They're using the same instrumentation. They're using the same sound fonts for this game that they did for Dynamite Heady. You can hear it. Like that one, like this one measure right here. Right here. Is that sounds exactly like Dynamite Heady music, right? That. Dynamite Heady had a really unique sound font. But it's not so unique because this game also uses it, but whatever. No problems here. Also, some of the boss fights in Dynamite Heady were fucking bizarre. There's this one boss that it's a giant baby head, and then if you defeat it, it becomes a giant boy head, and if you defeat it, it becomes a giant adult man head, and then if you defeat it, it becomes a giant old man head. Yeah. Hi, Rocky. The boss is called Babyface. I remember that too for some reason. It's good music. The Genesis is not... I think the Genesis is underappreciated. I really like the Genesis. This might be an unpopular opinion. A lot of people, I think, generally say that the Super Nintendo had the better sound font than the Genesis did. I would argue this: the Super Nintendo definitely had more instrumentation variants with its sound font. Like what it could produce was in a larger scale than the Genesis. But as far as what sounded better, I actually think the Genesis, when done correctly, the Genesis sound font sounded better. It just the bass, it was much more punchy. It just sounded. It was meteor. A meteor kind of sound could be produced from the Genesis compared to the Super Nintendo, which honestly kind of was flaccid in a lot of its music. There's some really great Super Nintendo music, don't get me wrong, but it just was kind of a weaker sound that the Super Nintendo had. Even though it had more musical variants, I still think the sound was weaker. Yes, I remember that, the boss that flips around, and if say flipped on one side too long, it just cornered you and killed you. Because one of its sides was angrier than the other. Also, what happened to my hip symbol here? Oh, I think I understand. It's fluff. Okay, it's just fluff. I'm glad somebody else remembers Dynamite Heady. I did stream it before, a long time ago, but it was before I was doing professional streaming. I should do another playthrough. I'm quite good at the game, so I could easily play it in one stream. It's not that long. It's just a fun platformer. Though it does have a lot of you got a secret bonus point secrets in it. I don't think I've ever managed to find them all. If you're not sure what voice I just did there, you'll understand when I play it. Fun fact, there was actually somebody working on a 3D Dynamite Heady fan game at one point. Sadly, it never got finished. They did some 3D. They did 3D model of Heady himself, as well as Trouble Bruin. That's one of the major antagonists is named Trouble Bruin. But the name Bruin is spelled B-R-U-I-N because that is actually the Japanese word for bear, and he is a bear. So, Trouble Bruin. If I recall. If I'm remembering my Japanese correctly. Yep. He's a bear. I know he doesn't look like a bear, but he was a bear. That's why he was called Trouble Bruin. He's a very cat-looking bear, but he is a bear. Trying to decide if this is a tear here. I think it's a tear. Probably, yeah. I really like this song. This is such a funky song. This sounds perfect for DMing. I like the town theme or something. All this music that I saved for this one game basically sounds like DMing music, and that's the reason I saved it. It is quite the belly. But yeah, points out, since you remember the game, what do you think? Does this music just kind of sound like it's DMing music? It feels like it's from a sequel or something that never came out. There actually was a sequel in the works at one point. I remember that. Treasure actually had a policy back then. I don't know if it still holds true in their more modern day incarnations, but they actually had a policy not to make sequels. They had a little mantra at one point where it was basically like, we don't want to make sequels, we want to constantly come up with new ideas. We don't want to retread the same idea, so we don't do sequels. Like, that was quite a commendable statement, really. Basically, we always want to make sure we're trying something fresh. We always want to try to make something different. Oh man. You didn't play, did you beat the game, or did you just casually play part of it? In fact, the secret in the secret final boss in DMing is actually a direct response to, I believe it was Sega trying to pressure them to make a sequel to another game. The secret final boss in DMing alludes to the fact that they didn't appreciate being pressured to make a sequel. That, literally. The final boss evokes that. Alludes to that. It's kind of great. I won't say anything more, I'll show it off when I stream it. Sounds like I need to now. I agree. Well, eventually, Zero, they did loosen up on that because Gunstar Heroes did get a sequel on the Game Boy Advance. It wasn't as good, but hey, they tried. Really, their heyday was the Genesis era, but they made some fucking amazing PS1 games. I did more recently stream Silhouette Mirage all the way through. That game is just lovely. Even if the American version messed with the weapon system for some reason, the Japanese version was better in that sense. That's okay. They're still fun either way. Treasure games usually are very quirky. They usually have a focus on bosses. Like, in other words, like, even if there are, like, levels and stuff, the bosses are usually the focal point of the game. Like, the thing that stands out the most is, like, fun, dynamic, interesting, just kind of stands out. And I like a good boss fight, so, you know, that made me always appreciate their games. I mean, Silhouette Mirage could be argued that it has levels as an excuse, but the boss fights are really the focus. There are levels in Silhouette Mirage, but they tend to constantly get interrupted by really interesting boss fights. Silhouette Mirage basically, like, introduced all these different... Every single boss, like, had introductions and voice acting, and they all seemed like they'd be major characters, even though they usually only showed up once. There was so much love put into them that they all seemed like they'd be recurring characters. But they were only there for one boss fight. Which I kind of appreciated. Oh, a lot of people... I think Silhouette Mirage is the one that's under most people's radar. It's quite good, though. It works off of a polarity system. Your character is both red and blue. Depending on which direction you face, you turn towards your red side or your blue side. and depending on which side you're facing on, you shoot red or blue bullets. The enemies are also red, blue, or green / neutral. Red enemies can only be hurt by blue bullets. Blue enemies can only be hurt by red bullets. You gotta literally face the right direction to fight. It adds an element of strategy that is very unusual. It's very fun. You can also polarity shift, but it drains a lot of your energy. It reverses your colors, though. Neutral enemies can't be killed by either of your shots, and you have to be creative on how to kill them. Usually you have to use their own attacks back at them some way. Because you also have a reflect skill, and that's very useful because if you reflect. Now, granted, if you shoot a blue enemy with a blue shot, it doesn't hurt them, but it does drain their mana because every enemy has energy or mana, and that's what they use for their attacks. So if you like drain an enemy of all their mana by shooting them the same shot, that basically nullifies most or all of their attacks. So that's still useful even if you can't do damage on them. In fact, the fun thing you could do in boss fights is drain their mana to like. I actually had fun always doing that. I always focused on draining their mana before attacking them. It's kind of like playing Metal Gear Solid and focusing on a stamina kill over a health kill. Except for, well, draining the mana doesn't usually kill them. I think it did in one case, though. Oh, sure. So only when I switch to a new color do I notice, oh, I missed something. So, yeah. I hope everybody's doing alright today, though. Aside, I mean, Poisonous, I know you said you weren't doing too well, but hopefully that improves. I'm doing relatively alright for those wondering. I keep being forced to make difficult decisions, though. In certain aspects of things. Which I don't really appreciate. I just want to chill and play video games. Draw. Oh, there's something I can't really talk about. They do it. I will say this much: they involve the server. They involve making staff decisions that are just. It's not like it's not actually going to affect anyone aside from one person. It bugs me when. It bugs me when I have to make a decision where staff are split on something, right? Because if staff are split on something, that means I have to let a party down, and it sucks. Because I make my ultimatum, I make my decision, and then one party is going to be like, oh, that's not what I think should be done, but okay. Like it's inevitable if there's a split between people. I had to deal with this a couple weeks ago, this exact issue. And I didn't think I'd have to deal with it again so soon, but I do. And curses, I am upset that I was put in this situation again. Just kind of stupid. It's not my fault, obviously. I mean, I haven't made the latest decision yet. It happened last night. I haven't acted immediately on it because I just don't... It can wait till an off day. There's not really any rush on it. So I'll deal with it tomorrow, but... Yeah, it's just kind of frustrating. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm not really, like, worried about making the right decision or whatever. I know I can do that, but... It's just very frustrating when, you know, I have to make these decisions. I don't really... I mean, I'm absolutely willing to police my server, obviously. But at the same time, I get a little frustrated if issues keep popping up on my server. It's bound to happen when you have 400 people in one place. Fine, but sometimes it just gets kind of stupid. I do have other staff to deal with things, but unfortunately some stuff still requires my executive decision, and sometimes I wish I wasn't the executive. I guess that works. And of course, there's always the extra anxiety over the fact that if I make a decision against somebody's actions, then, well, we've seen time and time again that people generally respond by my you know, I need to reprimand certain things, certain people, certain aspects of actions. But we've seen time and time again that when I reprimand some people, they fucking get pissed off and then basically consider me an asshole. And even though I know they're wrong, and I know they're being an asshole, honestly, themselves doing that, it still hurts. It's not fun to reprimand somebody. And yet, some people act like you fucking get off on punishing people. It's like, no. I mean, maybe some assholes. Maybe some actual asshole staff on other places would do that, but it's not how I work. I don't like punishing people. I do it because it's necessary, that's all. It's the only reason. Yeah. Hi, Ultra! Basically, I get kind of offended when people think I'm just trying to be a jerk to them when I'm doing a reprimandation. I'm not saying that'll happen in this situation, like the issue I need to deal with, but it could. And the fact it could bothers me. I'm not entirely sure how the person in question will react to me taking action, so. When you get right down to it, I can do these actions and do them responsibly, but I'm also a dog, and a dog doesn't really like to be yelled at. Honestly, the way Kubi reacted when they left really kind of left a negative... Really left a bad taste in my mouth. It's kind of still sticking around, I'll be honest. That righteous indignation. I think pride upsets me the most. As far as, like, a way somebody can react angrily at me. A prideful way. A way of, I'm in the right, you're in the wrong. I completely disagree with you, and you're terrible for... believing you are right when you're totally wrong. I know I'm right. I hate that. Pride is a huge downfall. Oh. You mean on the server or whatever, Rocky? Ideally, we wouldn't have to punish people. I mean, ideally, yes. It is, I mean, there's nothing saying that it can't be possible for all 400 people on our server to behave responsibly. And honestly, here's the thing, slip-ups... Mistakes happen, but the odd thing is, depending on how the mistake happens, depends on whether or not the mistake needs to be acted on, by the way. Especially if multiple mistakes happen, like, there's a difference between making a mistake, I'm like, oops, I shouldn't have posted that. And then, you know, doing that mistake over and over again, showing that you're never learning from your previous mistakes, and you're not being careful, and you're being reckless, basically. Like, I have to act on that, basically, at that point. Something like that. So, it's like, I usually give people fair passes for mistakes, but it has to depend on what the mistake is, and it also depends on the learning that they're doing. Because if people just keep making the same mistakes, I have to do something about that, because they're not learning. Learning, see, that's the thing, mistakes let you learn. But if you forget to do the learning part of making a mistake, when you make a mistake, then that's a problem. Big problem. I don't know if I'm really even cut out. I mean, I'm a decent enough moderator, but... I'm really mainly here just to entertain people. The moderatorship, the adminship is just something that I have to do with it. But really, it's not something I necessarily feel built to do. I mean, I did run a forum for a long time, as you guys probably know, so it's not like I'm incapable of it. It's just, I don't know how it makes me feel mentally after, like, doing certain things. Doing certain things, just mentally, I don't feel good after doing it. Even if I'm doing it right. Even if I'm doing the job right, it may not leave me in the best mental place all the time. There's a difference between being capable and being, there's a difference between being capable of something and being, suited for something. You know? You can be capable without being suited for something. I think that applies pretty well to me and moderator adminship. Quite capable, maybe not well suited for it. Oh, like me doing the dumb and playing with fire, and of course completely avoid the possible. I think before reacting to it immediately. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that's really worrisome. The other thing that bothers me about being, like, a head admin. Like, okay, there's rules set in place that everybody has to follow, including other staff, but what about me? Like, if I make a mistake, and it's, like, not a very good thing that I did, and it's a mistake, which is entirely possible because I'm a derpy dog, what then, you know? I can't really get punished directly. Like, I can't be demoted, I can't be, you know, removed from the server or whatever if I make a big mistake. Not saying I will, but I'm saying that the possibility is always there because I'm only a dog. It's kind of like being only human, except for I think in a way it makes me make certain other mistakes that a human would normally. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of dumb humans. But what I'm trying to say is that dogs are generally less. We miss things. We miss things. We miss. Oh shit! That shouldn't be there. Whoops! You know, that sort of thing is. It's kind of a dog issue. In my case. Community will be the one to hold me. Well, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I guess my main punishment would be bad public relations if I made mistakes. In other words, people would... No, it's not. He's already hurt me by accident. He's already put me in an accidental chokehold. I don't want him to put me in an intentional one. That hurt enough. Oh, hi there, Cerise Woods Improved. By the way, Carl, this is one of the songs I was going to share with you. I was debating it, though, whether to share it or not. It does sound better than the other version, though. See, I'm thinking for the Pokemon species that this involves, kind of be nice to go a little bit Oriental. I feel with this setting. I think that would be nice. I think that would be nice. I think it's appropriate for something that you could base off of cherry blossoms, anyways. I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are. But I would give their little society a unique flair, I'd say. Actually, since we're now suddenly impromptu going through new Poker Roll music, I may as well go through the other one that relates to this group. Let me see if I can find it. Tell me, what aesthetic does this song make you think? Let me go pull it up. I got another one here. Tell me what you think this one makes you think. Where is it? Because I got this really fun song that I had some thoughts about for these guys, but opinion desired. If I can find it, where did I put this? All right, hold on a sec. I'm just trying to find it on Winamp. I know where it is in my folder, but I thought I could find it on Winamp itself. I could not find it on Winamp itself, so I'll just pull it up this way. So I will have to hide the box for a minute, just during playing this one, because I put some notes into the song title, so I don't want it to be shared. But here. I will share this much as during my thought process. Sunshine Temple Dungeon. Yes, you see where I'm going with this. Car got it immediately. I don't know. Maybe. But I do want to point out Ho-Oh's, like the tower the tin tower that Ho-Oh stayed at, very, very Oriental themed, that one. I want to point that out. Burn Tower was too, which also relates to Ho-Oh. So that's why I was starting to concoct something with this. Anyways, Sunshine Temple would be a very important location for this indigenous species since they form change under the sunlight. This basically might be their cave of mirrors. Yes, I'm talking about them. I'm trying to be as coy as possible, but kind of failing at it. You know what? For fun, I'm going to play some other Pokeroll music that we got recently. Not Castiform, no. Oh yeah, I haven't... Here's another one I haven't shared, Car, actually. We'll do proper sharing of this stuff later. Like, we can discuss the stuff in properness in a private conversation. So, we don't need to make any decisions right now, but wasn't planning to anyways. But here, this involves the Dark Wind. As in, I think I used that term before for that character. You can call this song the climb to the final dungeon. Mount Iron, if you want the name of it. Mount Iron. Because I mean, look, if you're going to have a roost, it has to be situated high. Well, I could say this much. Pokeroll is going to be split into seasons. So, those seasons might have, their own villains? What? Offline? Wait, hold on. Sorry, Rocky's... Wait. Stream's fine, right, guys? Just checking. Okay, why the fuck did Rocky say offline? Maybe panic for a second. Pokeroll is a shonen anime confirmed. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Depends. Depends on what fighting types get involved, I suppose. Wait, what's a shonen anime exactly? Remind me what that defines. But yes, Cursive, this is what I was thinking for Mount Iron. Oh, hello. You think yourself so righteous. You cannot begin to comprehend the lengths a craven foe will go to. Get off your pedestals, full knights. Nice. Cursive's coming in with the quotes. I like it. Yes, the mountain at which the evil headquarters is at, basically. To put it in vague terms for everyone. That's really weird, Rocky. Huh. Not sure what caused that. There's a reason Car is amazing, and that's one of the reasons. Of many. Ryan like that. Anyways, as far as the Dark Wind go, here, let me play his song. We're gonna have a lot of fun with the Pokerol season idea. If anybody ever feels like the Plains continent is getting a bit stale, don't you worry. The season idea will basically fix that right up. We have some really clever ideas for other continent events. So not only would it be a location change, but also a theme change. And an Astro Golf. Oh no, it's still gonna be us. If I were to liken this to something, it's like Ash Ketchum traveling to different regions and helping people with their local problems. Or something. I don't know. Like, it's still Ash, but he's traveling to entirely new environments and meeting entirely new cultures, thus changing things up quite a bit. Sort of like that. Oh, so I see. Oh, I mean, we'll get older and we'll get more experience over time. We have some great plans. If all goes well, we should be able to have adventures on every single continent. Barring the mystery continent, because I'm not really sure what to do with that. I kind of forgot it existed until somebody reminded me. Barring the mystery continent and barring the island chains that the Tree of Life is on, I don't believe we'll be going there unless Car has ideas for it. I forget what that island chain is called, but it is differentiated in Super. I remember that much. It was just kind of oceanic territory, unaffiliated with any of the continents. Don't worry, I can fly into each one with my drawing blimp. What? I'm not sure what that comment was about. I think I missed something. The Curse of the Ketchum Clan? What? Okay. Anyways, yeah, this is for a villain. This is a villain theme. Here's a villain battle. I'm sorry, I'll have to keep the Winamp titles out of the way for now. For the same reason I'm starting to black out the screen during Pokerol games when I change the music. Chat got away a little bit, but that's alright. It means the chat's active if it got away from me. Also, can I get an opinion, guys, right here, this part here? Is this shirt? Is that shirt or remove? I assume it's shirt. I assume it's some of the stretch shirt. What do you guys think? Probably stretch shirt, right? Yeah, okay. Anyways, you may notice the musical flair is quite different for this music. You could even argue it sounds more like traditional RPG Final Fantasy kind of style music. There's a reason for that. We're gonna have some really interesting flair for some of the areas, for some of the situations. But please enjoy this final boss theme for this particular season. I'm not gonna tell you much more about it. All I say is, all I know, I'm excited for every villain that I know about in the story. They're all gonna be really interesting. And for this particular setting, we're gonna have a fun medieval sort of feel for this setting. We're gonna we're gonna basically be doing sort of traditional D&D with poker roll. Like traditional fantasy kind of baseline. Which might even be a little cliche, but it'll be cliche in a fun way. Considering it's being done with Pokemon. I rather look forward to it. The algorithm is, I don't know much about the algorithm, I'll be honest. That is the major villain, so I do not know much. That is Cursive's secret. I only know what we know through glimpses. So I think it'd be fair to say overarching for that. I am aware of at least one other villain being influenced by that scene. By whatever the algorithm might be, because I'm really not sure. Also, this song. Follows the last song, part 2. Because multi-phase bosses are good. I'm so looking forward to everything we're going to do in Poker Roll. I hope it will all be fun for everyone. That is a singing voice. There's a reason there's a singing voice like that. You could say that the boss in question for this song is the one singing. I love this voice. It's perfect for the character. Cards for Sociality if I'm saying too much information. I will always leave holes in the... I like sharing information, but I'm always going to leave giant holes in what I share. I will never be clear about what's going on. I think that's Carcer's favorite way of doing it anyway, so I'm sure he probably won't get mad at me, but you know, he's right here to tell me. So... Well, I don't know if the boss is literally going to be singing during this boss fight. I mean, he can if he wants to. He's a fucking boss. But, on the subject of singing bosses, there is one in particular that will be singing. Not this one. Maybe. It's just this is a really good musical theming for this particular guy, so, you know. I don't think saying particular guy is too much of a spoiler, considering it's a male voice singing. I did mention another singing boss before, yes. Didn't mention all the details for him, though. That boss would be actively singing and have a reason for doing so. If you know Pokemon and certain song attacks, you can kind of start forming an idea of why that would be. Parish Song, yes. That is one huge reason. I don't think that's exactly the reason, but that's a relative reason. I mean, maybe Parish Song will happen, I don't know. See, here's the thing. It's not hard for me to leave holes and stuff, because even when I know something, I don't know how his car is going to do it exactly. I might know the baseline of something, but as far as the details, only he knows. So I don't know if Parish Song will be involved or not. If it does, oh god. Oh my, did you think yourselves rid of us, vessels? Now, Parish Song would add a lot of tension to a battle. Holy shit! I mean, is that even? I don't know if that's actively in Poker Roll or not. As like as a card, as a move card. I'm sure we could implement it. I know a Pokemon by name. I can't remember. Yeah, describe the Pokemon. Might be able to figure it out together. I think it's clear the algorithm is related to vessels of sorts. It is, but as to how that actually works, is still very much a mystery. Oh god, it is? It is car. Oh boy. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna go find some more. I'm gonna share new music to both you guys and Car. Because I have other music I could share. Actually, you know what? I'll throw you guys a ball. I'll turn this back on. I don't feel like I'm gonna spoil anything major with the next music I'm playing. Yep, you're either thinking of Loud Red or Exploud. But anyways, have Moss-Grown Ruins. I always mix these Pokemon up immediately. Which I specifically marked with the Air Continent tag because, yes, I'm trying to find dungeons for multiple continents, you see. Now these are uncurated songs I've mostly been sharing, not all of them, but uncurated means I haven't actually bounced them officially off of Car, meaning that some of these songs may or may not end up in the game, depends on what he thinks. However, it's quite likely that dungeons will generally make the cut, because it's always good to have extra dungeons. Spoiler alert, I intentionally try to add more dungeon songs that we'll actually be able to use. That way, there's always a dungeon song in reserve for different situations. Say if our party makes a decision to go to multiple dungeons and, you know, one gets chosen over another, we got a song for that. More or less, the dungeon music I've found is planned around a particular dungeon, but whether or not that dungeon actually shows up in game depends on the story and depends on how the characters go. Because in D&D, the main characters will, you know, the main players may always change the course of how the game is played. The DM may have a plan, but that plan may be tweaked here and there as the players respond to things in unexpected ways. Therefore, I always make sure to have an excess of music to account for multiple situations. Hi, Clovis. Yeah, a fat Anthro puppo breaking out of his clothes. Too many donuts, I guess. Like the Mayan encounter is a good example. That wasn't supposed to be an actual fight. I love this music. Holy shit. I'm loading one app with a bit more music. Hold on. There we go. Don't worry, nothing super spoily. Just some new music. Okay, there we go. I think I've loaded all the new music in, aside from a couple things. We'll listen to it together. Damn it, quick making we want to draw... Honestly, Rocky, this is like my favorite Anthro picture of my Shadox self. Because it's just cute. Like, it's a very cute... I've got on other Anthro Shadox art, but, I don't know, this just reflects me the best, I think. Just kind of keeping me cute. But also Anthro. If you want to try drawing me Anthro, Rocky, feel free, I'd like to see it some more. Well, maybe Rocky can draw an Anthro picture with Paw. Also, have Undergrowth Cavern. What was my plan for this one? I don't remember. Well, it was basically supposed to be a giant root system underground. I remember that much. This is probably meant for the Mist Continent or the Grass Continent. I can't remember what my original intentions were. Here's the fun thing, too. If I come up with dungeons and get them songs, we can also figure out the plot for those dungeons later. A lot of DMing is ad-lib. And if I give Cursive a interesting framework, he can easily build off of that with the dungeons. He's already done that before. One good example was Sunlit Ravine was something I basically kind of ended up making him slot in, and that worked out really well because it was a fun little exploration. The key about being a good DM is not necessarily having everything planned out to begin with, but to ad-lib so well that it looks like you planned out everything. I've learned this at this point. If looking back it all looks like it was planned out from the beginning, then there you go, perfect DM. But in truth, it's really an ad-lib. It's really ad-lib. That's actually, globally speaking, that's how the game, like these games work anyways. You have a general framework of how it's supposed to go down, but the devil of the details, the specific places the party might go, and the specific smaller plot lines that happen are all determined on the fly. Cursive, it worked out fine. It wasn't a truly like big dungeon or super exciting dungeon, but it was still fun. It was still a fun dungeon, and that's fine. It's fine to have those filler dungeons. Actually, I encourage more of those because they're good for like, well, one, they're good for just general training, but also they're good for just kind of filling out the world. Not every location has to be like fucking important as hell. There's just places. There can just be places. It's a big world. And filler arcs are, yeah, well, filler arcs are important too. Each of the seasons we're gonna do are not, none of them are gonna be. Well, we might have filler arcs within seasons though, yeah, or just slower moments. I mean, we could argue that our time spent in town and stuff are kind of filler, but what do you consider filler though? If there's still character development, I don't consider that filler. You know. Even if we're not getting into a fight for a few episodes, if we're building relationships and stuff, that's not filler in my book. Also, please enjoy Barham Town. I think, wait, was this Barham Town? Let me check. Yeah, Barham Town. Barham Town, if you remember, if I'm remembering correctly, I think Barham Town is the one with the windmills. Well, for me, one of my passions when it comes to PMD is just seeing how the Pokemon built their settlements and stuff. So I kind of love the town episodes, because I like to see how they built things. That's interesting to me. Barham Town was in PSMD, by the way. I'm pretty sure it was the... I'm pretty dang sure it was the Windmill Town. I'm gonna just... You know what? Fuck it. Because I can't 100% remember, I'm just gonna look it up. Yes, yes it was. Nope, it was Air Continent. It's gonna get a new song for our game. This song. Honestly, it had a little bit of story relevance in PS&D, but it really didn't have that much. It's a nice place, though. I like windmill places. Windmill places are cool. Here's a possible Capem town. Again, these are all... If you see that, see those little hash symbols? I put those there for songs I haven't approved with Cursive. This is possibly Capem Town, though. If he's up for that. Capem Town was the, I want to say the town on the grass continent. I think that's right. Yeah. The town on the grass continent that was basically made up of a whole bunch of giant tree stumps. Yeah, not all continents will have extensive seasons, but we will be visiting them all. Including familiar locations, which I imagine everybody will fucking eat up if we go to in the game. Like, you know, fan service, yo. Fan service. Fan service is important. After all, we are playing this for our local party, but we're also playing this for the fans, so fan service is not bad. Fan service is not bad. It can be done wrong, but generally in a show or whatever, fan service is not a bad thing. It just needs to be handled appropriately. That's my opinion, anyways. Fan service is only bad if it breaks the lore in the world, etc. Capem? Yeah, I'm still debating on this song, actually. This is a pretty good Capem Town song, I think, but it's maybe not, like, absolutely the best option. It's just what I have right now. Also, why is my mic... My mic keeps saying I'm peeking a lot. I don't know why. Oh well, whatever. Peek if you want, Mike. I don't care. Alright. I'm still sure I sound good because it's a good mic. Ah, yes. I left myself a little note for this one. This is Hardy Forest. This will be a forest on the sand continent. I had a really great idea of this, so I'm pretty sure Car will approve it. I know. Well, the title explains what I'd be explaining anyways, so, you know. I often leave things in the titles of these so I remember what to talk to you about. I oftentimes leave myself a little note in the title, just so I don't forget. How would I forget this one, though? This was a really cool idea. A forest that doesn't give a shit that it's on the sand continent and still grows. Even though it's kind of gnarled and there aren't a lot of leaves on things, but it is alive. Yes. I love unusual biome combinations. I love it when things are combined in such a way that where you have an environment you wouldn't expect. One of the hardest things to do in a game these days is to have a unique biome for a dungeon or whatever. It takes no effort at all to say, we should have a forest in the grasslands. But it's another thing entirely to go, what could we do with this forest to make it unique, you know? Like Final Fantasy X made a crystal forest, that was pretty cool. Or the fire forest, yeah. It's the Pokemon world, we can have anything happen. Even if it's a little outlandish. Oh, I have a sewer level planned for the Mist Continent. We already discussed that, me and Car. It will be the Frozen Aqueduct. An ancient aqueduct that can be walked through because all the water is frozen to ice. Technically a sewer level, but it's interesting. Alright guys, I've gotten to the point where I need to figure out the clothes colors. Does anybody want to help me figure out the shirt and pants color and also the color of the button on the shirt? The buttons on the shirt. Well, it is kind of... Well, aqueduct is not exactly a sewer, I guess, but it's a similar idea. Yeah, you guys want to help me think about that? Discuss shirt and pants colors as well as button color. I'm going to go color the beads down here, though. Also, isn't this a lovely song? I love this song. And this flute. This flute is so PSMD. Ah! What I love about Paratoon's music is that I swear to God they use the same sound fonts. They use the same instrumentation as PSMD did. I swear. I love it. There's a man on fire fueled by the sins of people in Tokyo after school summers. Wow, I didn't expect that. That's interesting. Yeah, Cursive wants me to play that game. Actually, Tokyo After School Summers does have some fat characters. Would it be enough to count as a Fatfur game and put it in my Fatfur game showcase? I wonder. I'm not sure. By the way, I love this song for the idea of a desert forest because it's got a nice foresty flute in it, but it's also got the, what the hell is this instrument called that's playing right now? It's that Eastern instrument. It's a good mix for the theme. Depends on how many chubby characters you get. Well, yeah. I guess that's a good point. I'll have to think about that one. Also, you suggested tannish brown for the pants, and a grace for the shirt. So you're suggesting kind of neutral colors then. A sitar, thank you. That's probably what it is. I cannot discuss the point of this song with... I cannot discuss the point... I cannot discuss why I included this song in public. This song I must discuss in private with Car. But I'll leave the title to make everybody really suspicious and wondering what the fuck. Yeah, it's quite a song, isn't it? I like red. Red's a nice clothes color. I'm gonna try a few different things for the clothes. Well, first off, actually, let's... There. Sounds Metroid. I guess I can kind of see that. I'm gonna try tannish brown for the pants for starters. That sounds like a decent start. So let's see, brown and kind of like... Yeah, there we go. Red plaid's back shirt. Honestly, it doesn't... Because of the way I do coloring, I can literally pick anything and then just change it very easily to something else. So that's what we're going to do, kind of. I'm just going to start by laying down the first suggestion, and then we'll tweak and see what looks best. That's fair, Serio. I don't really pay much attention to clothes even in real life. I am literally a dog. The only clothing that truly feels like really natural to wear is a color. So generally speaking, I tend to avoid clothes, really. Well, not avoid, but I mean, obviously if I'm out in public, I'm going to put some clothes on. Because unfortunately, I have to do that. No. I see Rocky's point of view. When I do wear clothes, I usually wear colorful ones. Clothes are... Honestly, even in the middle of winter, I tend not to wear much. I mean, when it actually is clothes, yeah, I have some nice loungewear I put on, you know. It's all good. Blankets are comfortable to snuggle up to, but if you gotta like work on the computer site, it's not ideal. Who needs clothes when you have fatter fur? Exactly. And even humans, you know, if you're fat in real life, that blubber helps you out. I mean, you can stay warm with that a lot of times. I forgot how long this song is. Alright, next song. Glitter Cavern. Yes, I was inspired by Fairy Ponyta. Fuck you, Fairy Ponyta. Yeah, Galarian Ponyta is adorable, actually. I actually prefer it over normal Ponyta. When I saw their mains glow, multicolor glow, I was like, oh, that's really pretty. I like that. Anyways, Glitter Cavern, a miscontinent location that will probably have fairy types. And I guess maybe psychic fairy Ponytas here. Oh wait, was it actually confirmed there's psychic type, by the way? I wasn't actually sure of this. Well, you know what? Psychic types and fairy types would actually coexist pretty well, though. So, you know. I didn't catch that news. Alright, fair enough. There, huh? There we go. Bet if I just choose one of these, I'll get to it. Also, I like Gigantamax Charizard quite a bit. But yeah, this fella here. Then they can glow color. I really like this pony, actually. Oh, really? Is that right, Tubby? Cute. Sparkle Cream. That's amazing. Prevents the Pokemon and its allies from being poisoned. Nice. I like it. Yeah, I'll trade you a Surfetch it, I guess. Yeah, I don't care that it's psychic type. This Ponyta would fit right in with fairy types too. Well, I mean, yeah, I saw the video. The Charizard looks pretty good. He's fat, so. But yes, Glitter Cavern. Very crystally and very, well, glittery. A lot of sparkles in the air. Pikachu is indeed his chubby Gen 1 form, which is great. Well, when I came up with Glitter Cavern, I was also kind of thinking about the woods they showed off in that one, in the thing that originally showed Galarian Ponyta. Imagine a cavern in that mushroom forest location. That's kind of what I was imagining for this dungeon. So kind of a dark, but crystalline and like, you know, kind of fanciful cave. Probably would have mushrooms in it too. And honestly, dungeons that have a fairy/psychic focus that's just a really good idea. kind of a fairy type focused kind of place. Fairy types are very unusual creatures. You don't have... That's fair. I mean, I can do circles around this sort of topic stuff because I'm a mental creature. It's not hard for me, but I can... Sorry it's harder for you. Galarian Rapidash should be Psychic Fairy, but after so much... Yeah. I don't mind the Galarian Ponyta being Psychic type. It's still very fairy-like. It's fairy-like if not fairy type, you know? I think we could all agree with that. I'm fine with being Psychic type. If it was anything besides Psychic and Fairy, it would be kind of weird, but I'm fine with being that. Ralph is a Ponyta? Oh my gosh. That's fair. I forgot Fairy was weak to poison. Ah, Wind Corridor. What did I write? Cavern in a mountain with winds gusting right through. Right. A high turbulence cavern. Like that one dungeon, like that one wind dungeon from Wind Waker, I think. Appropriately enough. What does a shiny Ponyta look like? Hey, Cursive, are you still here, by the way? I just had an idea off the top of my head as I think about this. So, Wind Corridor, it was an air continent, because of course it'd be air continent. Dungeon idea. That's fine. I just had a realization of what you could do with this dungeon as far as the dungeon tiles go. You could roll a dice for random gust events, and if the gust event happens, the party gets pushed a tile, gets forcibly pushed to another tile. Blustering Mesa could, oh god, yeah, that would also be a place that could do that. Oh, that'd be dangerous. Don't fall off the edge. Shiny Honedge? I don't really know many shiny forms, admittedly. Yeah, I like to think of unique mechanics we can use for certain dungeons. Such as rolling a die and getting... Basically, like, one idea was in dungeons where it might be easy to get lost, removing previous tiles as we leave them. And if we decide to backtrack, we draw different tiles. So if we backtrack, it'll actually be a different location. Because we're basically getting lost really easily. Like, yeah, ideas like this are cool. Tato would be a fun Pokemon character. You start out blind and then get a second head that constantly argues you. Fun, yes. That sounds really annoying, actually. Tower of... Oh, Zelda Dungeon. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Wind is a fun mechanic in video games. It can be annoying, but it's a lot of fun in my book. And actually, you know, quite a few of the PMD titles, if you stick around too long on a dungeon floor, an ominous wind starts to gust up. And if you continue to stick around, that wind will actually pull you out of the dungeon entirely. So, Wind Corridor could be kind of a callback to that, without actually making you get knocked out of the dungeon. Cursive could even steal the lines from the previous games, where it's like, an ominous wind blows. The wind gets stronger. Like, that's how it kind of progressed. Like, the dialogue, like, a little bit of wind blew every now and then when you're on the floor. And then the message just got more and more, like, dangerous sounding until it finally blew out of the dungeon. Curse could do, like, a warning with the same message. Oh, I forgot my nose. How did I forget my nose? That's not good. I also forgot my colors. Whoops. I'm skipping all sorts of things today. Oh, by the way. The Nights of Plenty is one of the festivals. I don't know how I forgot my nose. It's a really weird thing to forget. The Nights of Plenty is basically Pokemon Christmas. I thought this song would be pretty good for it. Where's my collar tag? Oh. Just realized my collar tag's missing. If Sir Farfetch'd doesn't sound like a Salibur from Soul Eater, I'll laugh. I don't remember what a Salibur sounds like. I'm gonna add my collar tag, 1 second. Scalabear, oh no. It's a bear wear. Needs to be more frontal. I'm secretly bad at drawing. This is why I don't do line art very often. No, actually, I'm okay with drawing, but how the fuck do I position this tag? I guess that's fine. Ah, Brisk Meadow. You know, honestly, drawing this sort of thing is easier if you just rotate the fucking picture. There we go. Does that look good? Is that good enough placement for the tag? Yeah, I put this in Infinite Blank, actually, yes. Yeah, I messed it up. Oh my god, car. There we go. That's where I wanted it. I should put an edge to it, though. Should I? This is I guess it's not strictly necessary. Yeah, it's not strictly necessary. You must be on mouth. Makes sense. We figured it out. Yeah, is that color take good? I'm overly picky when I draw lines. But it's probably good, right? Just kind of letting it sit in my flab. That's why it's kind of tilted up like that. I'm actually okay at lines, I just never have any confidence in them. Brisk Meadow was going to be a missed continent location, I believe. Was my intention with it. Ooh, I smell food. Aragon's cooking.
Am I?
Oh god, hi.
How's it going?
Or he opened the door and presented. Do you mind? Do you mind not spooking me? My headphones are on, I have much more demo hearing. Oh, you like put them on top? That works. What'd you do with this one? It smells different.
I like the way you caramelize the onions.
Oh, okay.
Get a sort of sugary coating on them. Like just the cheese and stuff.
Oh, wow, okay. The only thing I need is, if you're not using it, could you just bring the Parmesan in?
There's Parmesan.
Oh, there is? Okay.
It's mixing the sauce.
Alright, fair enough. Thank you.
You look very proud of yourself. Absolutely.
He's just standing here with his hands on his hips, presenting me with spaghetti he made. Spaghetti and meatballs. He looks very happy with himself.
Absolutely. I'm more curious to how long it took me standing here before you realized I was standing.
How long? How long?
No one.
Oh god. Okay. He apparently was standing behind me for a while. Interesting. Oh hey, we got Stone Alcazar to keep. Alright, Cursive. So this is the second part of Stone Alcazar. You may notice a musical theme kick in for this part that invokes the residents quite well. It is a good comparison to the Stone Alcazar, which is much more grandiose and pretty sounding, but this one gets down to the actual meat of what the residents of this location are about. Yes, caramelized onions. He caramelized. I don't even know how you do that, actually. I'm not very good at cooking sometimes. Oh, you mean that one bath salts thing that happened, Ultra? I think I know what you're talking about. What color are buttons on a shirt? I guess they can be gold. I don't really remember. Blue? Generally matches the shirt. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about the shirt color yet, so let's wait on that. I guess I can still apply it on it. Well, let's put those there as placeholders. I forgot something else on my body. Oh, right. Let's do it manually now. How am I forgetting so many things? Okay, that's better. And shuffle. Okay, sure, why not? Let's shuffle the music again. Alright, now to start thinking. I'm okay with those pants. I think the pants are good. Shirt though. Hi, Kala. How you doing, dude? I'm gonna put it there for now. I just realized I should do one thing with the pants. A little more towards red. There we go. I don't know, I just prefer that. Boom, that's not too cut right or anything. Shirts. Why are shirts always the hardest part? Because the colors are hard. Ray was suggested at one point. Actually, let's try that. Black? If I can get to not blend in my collar, it might work pretty well. Take that amount. Okay, I can total shift it with the hue still. Right now it actually looks pretty good. I don't know, you tell me, what does black look good? What color am I even on right now? I'm still on blue. That's probably fine. What if I make the hue over a little bit? Left. There we go. My wardrobe's grayscale. Of course, the actual color is too lazy to match stuff. Understandable, really. I'm just not sure. Oh wait, hold on. Oh. Let me try something. Just playing around with colors. Just trying different things. Kind of feel like maybe... I think I know what I want. Just need to find the right balance. Let's go full red for a second. Okay, or, yeah, a little more. By the way, hey Pikachu music, yay! I really want to stream it, but there's no conceivable way to do so right now unless I get an N64. If I get an N64, I could probably capture card it. Orange stands out very well to my colors. That's why I'm playing with it right now. Do you have the game and mic attachment? No. The problem is that you can't emulate Hey You Pikachu because since Hey You Pikachu is literally the only game that uses the mic, not a single N64 emulator maker has bothered to include mic support. Why do you hear Pikachu noises? Because this is the title screen, my friends, to Hey You Pikachu, and and Pikachu just likes to talk on it a lot. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid, Serial. I'm trying to avoid the colors blending too much. Right now, I think the shirt works pretty well, though, right? He's saying, feed me, repeatedly. That's why he sounds dejected, because he's not getting fed. Well, so, here, since you're interested in Pikachu music, hold on. This game has great music here and there. Let me share some of it. Like, here's Abra's shop. Honestly, I'm sorry, all these recordings are kind of because, again, you can't emulate this game, so it's really hard to capture the audio well. Let's see, what's some of my favorite music? Cobalt Coast is really good. I think my favorite is that one valley. Why are buttons hard? Like, of all things to be difficult, why buttons? Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that. Oh, Pikachu's an idiot in this game. Absolutely. Let's see if I can find the good songs. Oh, here! The credit song is amazing. Here. Including, like, some random fucking Pokemon crashing into the mic. This song is amazing. It's like, it just sounds like the Pokemon just fell into. That's not a bad recording, by the way. That's just part of the song. Okay, can I get some honest opinions about the shirt, though? I'm trying to make it pop as much as possible from my body. I could also go this way a bit. Actually, that might be better. What do you guys think? Decisions. Pikachu, Pikachu. You think it looks better red? Probably does. As long as it pops. It needs to be clear even when we're zoomed out like this that I'm bursting out my shirt. Which I think it is. Kill me Naruto orange. Charmander orange isn't bad. Actually, that's a good thought. Let me go more orange of it then. Hold on. That is an option. Actually, I think I like it lighter. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like somewhere between that and that. I'm trying to find the balance. Here, let me put this background in front of it. Now it's easier to tell because it's most likely going to be on some sort of darker background. So let me, yeah. There we go. Actually, it's kind of a cute little callback if you consider that I used to be an orange Charmeleon. So wearing an orange shirt, yeah, I'd be down for that. I think that looks good. I didn't want the shirt to be too bright, but I think that's a good balance. I'm literally gonna hold this plate of spaghetti in one hand while messing around. Alright, so the other thing we want to mess with... I guess we can kind of agree that the pants are fine, but they do slightly blend, because purple and blue do kind of blend a little bit. Wow, he's not kidding. These meatballs are literally sweet. It's nice, though. Alright, hold on. So, they stand out now. So here's two things we can do. Oh god, that song. Here's my favorite song from Hey You Pikachu. Also, do you guys think that I should make the pants more blue? Or do you guys think I should make them a different color? Because if I do just add some color to the blue, to the pants like this, they definitely stand out much better from my character. Let me propose an alternative. That's actually the alternative. A little more. More of it like that. No. He's like immediately no. It's Halloween. Oh, hi! Hi there, Cursive. How you doing? So you don't like red? Okay. Got it. I mean, blue's fine. Let's just kill the saturation. And then kill the colors. Go brown. Let's return it to brown. How's that? Colors are hard sometimes. Wow, that song ended really suddenly, didn't it? Orange and brown work well together, as far as color schemes go. So you're slightly toning down that orange. It's probably fine where it is, though. Yeah, it's fine where it is. Bit darker on the pants. Well, it would make them stand out from the shirt a bit more. Maybe a little less saturation's fine. Probably a little less darkness. Kind of considering from a distance. Charmander belly white for the you're kind of tempting me. I do like those pants color. I'll probably go with that, but I'm going to now try Charmander belly color because now you make me interested to try it. Let's see. There you go. That's a very weird short pants color. Yeah, I think this is good. I think we've got a good picture here. This is good for most everything. Alright. Next up, we need to ask ourselves if we're doing shading on this. Now, shading can be very useful or very detrimental to a thumbnail, depending on how it's done. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do situationally do some shading. And by situationally, I mean I'm going to do it the lazy way. So give me a second. Because if I do it the lazy way, there's not that much of it. And if it's not that much of it, it should be well balanced. The lazy way is pretty simple. It's just watch me do it. Cheeks there. Up the head. The nose there. It can make the character pop if you do it right. This is basically my simple shade is probably pretty good for thumbnails from what I've learned. It's very subtle, but it adds a little bit. What I just did basically makes the face pop out a bit more, so. No. I'm sad. Oh, why are you sad, Bon? But you're a dancing demon, but you shouldn't be sad. You should be dancing and being demonic and stuff. Okay, there we go. The advantage of using shading in this situation is that by adding shading I can actually control how details separate out from each other, which can be very useful when you zoom out a thumbnail. For instance, I just made this arm stand out better. My girlfriend's mad at me, I don't know what I did. Ah yes, the enigma of certain people. I will refrain from saying what I wanted to say, but... some people do that. Some people are like, I'm mad. Oh, it's like, why you're mad? Well, you have to figure it out. It's like, well... You know what? You know what I call a person that does that? A jackass. Honestly. I think it's a bit rude to do that. Like... Look, dude, if you're mad at me, don't make me puzzled out. Just fucking tell me. Just be fucking direct with me, yo. Stop playing this game. Anyway, sorry for your situation, dude. I would, if I were you, I would just ignore her until she gave you a straight answer. Because what's the point? If you made a mistake, you can own up to it, obviously, but... Gradients. Yeah, I actually use gradients. That's actually usually how I add lighting to my character. Well, okay, gradients is not exactly what I do, but something similar. Anyways, I'm already done shading. I'm shading one layer at a time, by the way, so bear with, please. This is a very casual shading technique I use. There's really no real right or wrong way to do it. Let's kind of add stuff to stuff, and then it comes out looking like stuff. Pretty much. It really is just kind of... It actually is kind of a gradient effect, though, when I really think about it. I'm more or less just adding another tone to the colors to make it stand out more. Especially important for the inner ear here, for instance. That adds depth. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. Whoops. That's okay. Just forgot my technique doesn't always work unless I down like that. Apply. What is that? There we go. That should work. Just to see. I apply it to the top, like so. My technique is so weird, I don't even know how to explain it. All I know is that my pictures have come out looking good when I've used it before, so... Shrug, I'll keep using it. That's really kind of the summary. It's great to have an art technique that even I don't understand, but that's just how it is. That's how it goes sometimes. Oh, the sad music, no. Where Pikachu leaves you forever. It's so sad. Actually, it is a sad song. It's a little silly, but it is sad. Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I thought I actually just changed something off of my normal technique because I thought it would look better, but you know what? It doesn't, so fuck it. I'll use the old trick after all. This is what happens, like, you know, let me try changing something. And it's like, nope, that doesn't work. Nope, you failed. You shouldn't have done that. Okay, good. This is what I get for experimenting. Okay, now I should be able to just do this. Oh yeah, I forgot. What would happen if I... Yeah, that's what I thought. Kind of forgot about my Luminosity. That's what I usually use for this sort of thing. I mean, that doesn't look half bad. I think I'll just stay standard for this one, though. Yeah, no Luminosity on this one. If I start throwing it around, it'd start looking very odd. Luminosity is very useful it's very useful for lighting, but you don't have to use it. Well, it depends on what you're going for. It's really good if you have something really shiny going on, I find. So basically, if you're drawing a scaly, Luminosity is going to be more useful than if you're drawing something that's fuzzy. However, something that is fuzzy can still work with Luminosity. We're not trying to be super complicated about it either way, because since this is... I mean, I'm going to save the full image of this because it's cute. But obviously, since it's mostly going to be shown in thumbnails, it doesn't matter if I'm super detailed with what I'm doing. So we're going to kind of just... We're honestly slapping it together. But honestly, I think shading looks better. At least my shading looks better when I slap it together. It's kind of weird. It's almost like when I slap it together, it just looks more natural than if I try it really hard to, like, there's times I've spent a long time shading, and honestly, the end result, I kind of see what I was doing, and it doesn't look very good in my book. Debating. Now here's, by the way, see this squish here where the shirts is? This is where it all comes together. Check this out. Another advantage of doing some basic shading. And just like that, I made that squish more apparent by adding a bit of line between. It's funny how shading, a simple line and shading can actually do some really good popping. Might even go a little further a bit. Actually, I could probably go a little further. This. There we go. Need to smooth it out a bit, but looking pretty good. There we go. You like the picture? For some reason. You just can't pinpoint why you like it, huh? Some ungodly reason you like this picture. Who knows why? She'll always remain a mystery. Right, that's not, the belly's not done. It's a bit dulled out now because I did that, but we're gonna make it pop again. So now I can apply First off, we can apply this anywhere I want. Probably apply it right there. Okay, there we go. Now we layer. Bit. Put it about there, probably. Okay. I am very happy. I am okay that breaking my clothes did not bother me in the slightest. Let's get some lighting in here. I think more or less we'll use pure white for this one. More or less. Shine in there. Light spots right there. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. One other thing I do want to try adding. If it doesn't destroy the balance. Good. Little bit of pinkness added. Not too much on this one. I'll leave it mostly on pink, but really, it's mainly the belly I wanted to have good shade. That's another thing. That's actually a technique I learned from some artists. One thing that you can do is situational shading, where maybe you shade everything, but you only focus certain parts. It's actually really a good way of doing it. Basically, focusing certain parts means that certain body parts get the most attention. Usually, bellies, butts, and sometimes more sexual details, depending on the picture. I wonder what game we're gonna play? Well, I have some plans. Granted, I have to play something else first, so keep that in mind. Size tool. Alright. You know what, actually, line tool. Nah. Line tool's too weak. But combining the two, well. Oh, that's good. Okay. What's this layer? I don't actually know. Oh, my marking. My marking is left alone. Yeah, I don't shade it because it actually glows. If you're adding shade to a picture and you have an object that glows in the picture, you don't necessarily have to put a glow effect to it. Just don't shade it. If you don't shade something while everything else in a picture is shaded, it looks like it's glowing. Essentially mean that by doing absolutely nothing, you can create an effect. It's nice. That's a lazy way to draw, but it's very effective. I'm using a Wacom tablet. If I was using a mouse, this wouldn't look very good. I have done digital drawing with a mouse before. I hate it. As for Infinite Blank, I might showcase it pretty soon, though I am debating something. I am debating running a contest to get people to get onto Infinite Blank. I might do this first. Something like draw a cell and give it a little mark, like put a word in your cell to enter the contest, basically, with it, and I don't know. I'm debating. I'm debating right now. Oh, the contest isn't required. Yeah, of course. Well, it's a... Yeah, no, it's a required, it's a mandatory contest. All people must enter this contest. I've never heard of a... Poisaz, you broke my brain there for a second. Aren't contests normally optional? Or am I crazy? Anybody who does not enter the contest will be shot and hung up. I don't know. It's introduced a really weird thought pattern in my brain now. This statement. Sorry to sound very excited here. What? Science fairs. Oh yeah! I guess schools do that. Schools do the here's a contest, but also if you don't do that, you're gonna get an F in your class. So do it. That is one example. Yes. Like, removing all the fun out of it. Seriously. Most schools. Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, cursive? I never really properly... Well, I don't have the technique, so I guess... Yeah, well... Caleb really didn't learn it very well. I guess I should say it that way. It's alright, though. It's just cursive. Now if I attempt cursive, I'm just connecting letters randomly, and I don't... I don't understand why cursive was a thing. Nobody uses it. What's the point? Well, signatures aren't cursive usually. Have you seen people do signatures? Like, they're really weird sometimes. Oh, by the way, the stream will probably go late. Just throwing that out there. I feel like it. So I'm not actually going to do that much gaming unless it goes late, so... Why not? Here's me trying cursive. I'll demonstrate in a moment. Okay, here. Here is my attempt of doing cursive. I'll just spell Caleb's name and it will look dumb. This is cursive, right? Yep, that's cursive, alright. Now, cursive, actual cursive I can barely read. Actual cursive is like... I can't read it. With those sound effects, those are very important. That's part of it. It's part of how you write cursive. You gotta make those sound effects when you do it. It's not cursive unless unless you include sound effects. I spelled Callback. Oh no, it's my arch nemesis Callback. Sounds like an enemy. It sounds like a bad guy name. Let's shade that butt, shall we? It's supposedly faster to write, but it... Yeah, but the thing is that it's hard to read. Have you, like, honestly, I'm glad I didn't go to college, because have you seen professors' notes? Like, just in general, the notes that professors generally write and stuff, like, oh no. I'm not even kidding when I say I barely can read cursive. Like, proper cursive, if you throw that at me, it'll take me forever to read it. I'll have to, like, think about it for a bit. By the way, guys, remember that if you want to do something, you can achieve anything. I know that sounds really tropey, but what I mean by that is, there was a time period where I told myself that I never figure out shading. I just considered shading to be too difficult, so I thought I would never solve it. And now it's like, I'll just drop shit down and it looks good, so, yeah. Believe in yourself, you'll do fine. How's that look? Plus, the breakthrough for me when it came to shading was, oh! I can be super sloppy with this and people will think it looks good. Awesome! Like, that was my breakthrough, when I realized that shading is an inexact science. At which point I was like, I'll just place it. I'll just place things and it'll look probably good. Like, I can't tell you what I'm going to do with this shirt, but I'm going to do something with it. Watch, let's start with the collar, sure. Let's differentiate the collar for starters. So we'll do the collar, we'll drop that right here. I want to leave a little bit of the top side left alone, so I'll reduce the size of that. And just kind of get the top of that collar, just like that. And we'll just push this in. The collar will make a little shadow here, so we'll do that. There we go. I think the edge is too thick now, so I'll just blur it a bit. A blur tool. Got a blur tool for a reason. And then, what else? So I'll do the same thing on the other side, but that other side is like fucking nothing, so I can just kind of place some there. There we go. And then, let's see. Well, we know this part right, the shirt is in a squish point, so I will definitely shade that, because it is in a dark area. The button looks weird because I haven't shaded it. Yeah, I'll shade it a bit. And then when it comes out, it should go down. There. That. And then the arm is kind of going to add a little bit of shading, so I'll just do a little touch around the arm. Like so. There'll be a little bit here where I don't shade it. And then, let's see. I'll just spell out what I do to demonstrate how random it is. I mean, this shirt is... I just kind of add layers to around the edge of the arm like that. That should be good. And then the very back here, that's going to be kind of shrouded a little bit, I think. Well, actually, no, probably not, because light's going to come in like, you know, like that. Like from that direction, so... That doesn't really matter. I'll just need to put a little bit on the edge of this right here. There we go. Don't even need that much, just a little bit. And let's see, what next? Well, definitely under the arm. That's an important part. Important point in place. I'll just kind of carefully. There we go. Also adds to the squish because there's a bit of squish going on with the arm. And then a little bit on the, just a little bit here, right down here on the bottom. The shirt's kind of hanging loose, so I'll just put a little bit there. And there you go. Probably overdid it under the arm, actually, but... That's the thing, though. If you feel like, oh, I put too much there, just swift over it with the erase brush. There you go. And there you go. That's how you do the shading, I guess. That worked out, so... I'm gonna erase a little bit here, add a little bit of light up there, a little bit. Not too much. Attach right there. Okay, there we go. And then maybe a little bit up on the collar again, just to make that a little lighter. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I switch to the light layer, and now the tail seems a bit flat. Don't worry, yeah, I noticed that too. I'm gonna come back to the tail in a minute. that's the thing. Like you can go back. You can reverse if you're like, oh, I should shade this a bit differently. You just come back later. It's fine. No big deal. It's not going anywhere. Then now I have a little light. I'm just gonna poke a little light here and there. So let's see. Where should we put it? On the back. Definitely on the back, because there should be more light there. I think that's a little too light. Hold on. By the way I select my colors is I take the base color that I'm coloring over and then I just lighten or darken it a bit. Okay, there we go. That's good. That's good. I'll do that. Ah. Didn't mean to put shade right there. There we go. Okay, where else? Top the collar? Yeah. Same over there. Same a little bit here, maybe? Yeah, just a little touch there. Not too much. And, maybe... Yeah, a little about there would be good, yeah. I feel like I could put something here, too, but maybe a little towards the edge, yeah. There we go. It's amazing what a little shading can do, honestly. And lastly, the buttons. I'll just get those really fast. I'll lighten it up a bit. Alright. I'm still a little dissatisfied with the color I chose for the buttons, but that's alright. I don't really have anything better in mind, so... The whole bit is anime is fire? Wow, really? They should have put some music there, not just some fire, jeez. I mean, crackle, 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 pop of wood is not really good music in my book, but you know. To each their own. I think I like that. I like gold. I like gold with that. White buttons? I mean, I could. Or mostly white. Need to get that Charmander Valley and somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'll leave him. I think I'll leave him gold, or the previous color. It's a minor detail. It doesn't really matter that much. That's another thing. Don't sweat the small stuff. Is a lesson I learned of art. Nobody's going to be fucking examining those buttons and saying, well, these buttons don't look perfect. Nobody gives a shit about the buttons. That is basically a rule of thumb. Like, figure out what your audience might care about. Figure out what the viewer might actually care about when they look at the picture. Don't stress over something that honestly is not the focus of the picture. Otherwise, you'll never complete a project. And it also occurs to me I need more darkness on certain parts, so... fix that up. There we go. Much better. Much better. Need more depth. looks a lot better. Yeah, the tail isn't the only thing that needs a little bit more depth, so it's fine. I'll figure it out, fix it up. This could also go a little darker, maybe. Let's see. If you feel like you just didn't do enough shading, you can always just copy the shading layer and then just stack it. So that's a little trick I use too. Do we have enough shading on the belly? Probably not. So let's go a little darker a bit, like that. That looks pretty good, I think. What do you guys think? For the belly, specifically. Alright, let's see. That's another trick, by the way. If you don't feel like, if you went over your shade and you're like, oh, I did this too light, just copy it over and try stacking it. Watch, I'll do it for the tail as well. The tail doesn't quite work, but I'm going to use a new technique for this. Preserve opacity. Turn off these layers. Get an actual darker layer, because I didn't darken the tail enough. So instead, I'm going to take the shade layer I already did, and I'm going to now go down here like that, and just use the line tool, why not? Or actually, pen tool, give me. And swath, swath, swath. 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 Obviously, that looks very dull, but I can combine it with the other things. And now, look at that. Might still be too dull, but I can always actually go up like this. Apply it over like that. It's very subtle. But yeah, you see? I think that works well enough for the tail. How's that? What do you think, Sirio? Is that touching it up well enough? Here's another little touch I could do. There. Nothing like a little cheek blush. You can also put it at the top of snouts, too. Makes the face pop. It's a nice touch. Hecka cute Tubs here. Oh, thank you, Clovis. Thank you very much. Charm, I had to come here because someone was spamming them cute Nomimos when I was drawing some Tums the other day. Oh, what do you draw, Clovis? I'm kind of curious. Tums are good, though. Oh, potted crowd. Okay. Sure, why not? Yeah, I just realized something. Four and Tums. Not sure if 4 is the thing that's allowed to be streamed. You know, as long as it's not sexual, yo. That's my attitude on it, anyways. Heck, I've been considering drawing some AV, work out some AV art on Twitch here, because I have some safe for work, what I would call safe for work AV art, where it's not sexual at all, it's just nobbing. But that's all. But as far as normal Orovore, don't you worry. You're not gonna get in trouble for that. I think I would have learned that by now if you did. Alright, I think the tail's fine. The tail is actually, but the hardest thing on my character is actually my tail, as far as when it comes to shading. But it's okay, I did some random shade, it looks good. It looks like it has some depth to it, it looks like it's squished in the middle, I think that's fine. I also, that preview thing in the upper left, I use that quite often to kind of see what my character looks like, or what I'm working on, what it looks like zoomed out. It is actually very helpful to constantly have that zoomed out view. Oh, I see. Oh, Clovis, would you mind showing me some of your work? I could also comment on your vor art that way and let you know what I think. But yeah, I haven't gotten into any trouble. I've been doing vor art off and on for 2 years here, so. I think if there's a problem, I would have found out by now. Oh my god, that's adorable. Also, sorry for the eating sounds for anyone not aware. My boyfriend gave me spaghetti. I wish to both draw and eat so I can have it while it's still warm. But yeah, that is absolutely adorable. I love the belly button personally. That's a big yes. That's a big yes to me. Very cute. Very cute. Yeah, dude, you can draw stuff like that on Twitch, yeah. I mean, I will say, not impossible that you might get some trolls, because furries on Twitch and stuff can get. I've gotten trolled a few times. There's a vor version. I want to see the vor version. Trolls occur, but if you have a few moderators, if you have a few friends moderating and having the moderator role, they can get rid of those people right easy. Oh hey, Pokemon Coliseum music, yeah. I'm gonna pull this up on stream too. Let's see. You still are a troll, you're just a good troll. Also, wow, yeah, okay, I really love your fat work and your vor work, I have to say that. I've never seen your art before, but I'm immediately very, yes, this is nice. I will look at your account more later. This is, yes. What are your prices out of curiosity? Also, fat vor stuff is good. I don't know if I can immediately be spending money right now. I need to be careful about that, but I still want to know. Who knows? I could be easily convinced. Or maybe we could, like, honestly, I'm always up for, like, fucking collabs. I like collabs. I like coloring anything. Anything at all, literally anything. I can color anything. If you give me a picture, I can color it. I have not. I can color anything. The scale may or may not be impressive. I'm not sure. But it has been useful before. I used to take commissions where it's like, hey, you have some like drawing you want colored? Yeah, I'm your guy. I'll do it. You know, oh, speaking of doing things, let's see here. I need to add one more thing I forgot about. How did I forget this? I mean, it's a subtle detail, I guess, that's why, but, let's add a little bit of blush here behind the symbol. Yes, that's good. That's very good. Just a little bit of... A butt blush is a thing I want to include, even if there's barely any butt showing. There we go, perfect. That will do. They are. A nice bit of blush on a fat part of the body. That's just cute. Makes it look all warm and, well, makes it seem all the fatter considering it's kind of blushing from extension and all, which is nice. Now to do some really fucking lazy shadow work on the. I'm not good with. I feel pretty good about shading characters, but like when it comes to like the ground, it's like, oh fuck the ground, seriously. Also, I realize I need to actually turn on the density to full, and then do that. Okay, there we go. Not gonna do that. Also, I never know what to do with my tail when it comes to shading. My tail is weird. Honestly, this shading won't even be in the thumbnail, probably. Like, I mean, the main shading will be, but not whatever the fuck I'm doing right now. Oh, it's the final battle. It's the final boss of that one hamster shoot 'em up. Sure, what I want Realistic to do. I actually really like this song. I mean, the light is in the back. It's kind of above. Anything that pushes out enough for an above light to hit is what I've been doing. But yeah, Clovis, do you mind the question about your prices? Because I am kind of curious. I mean, I don't know if you're open right now, but I like to concoct ideas like, oh, that artist has these prices. I shall consider this for the future. I need to do more collabs again, except for maybe I have too many collabs. I don't know. Oh, let's see here. Oh, those are really reasonable. I see you're good with muscles too. I'm not really a muscle guy, but occasionally muscle guys like Bowser are really nice. Yeah, those are really reasonable prices. Your flats look very solid. Especially, like, I notice you're still adding texture and stuff. Which I do sometimes. Actually, I might do that to... Well, actually, no. I would do it to this one, but this is going to actually be a thumbnail image for some of my YouTube videos, so there's really no point. It's going to be too small to matter. Those are good flat prices, specifically. I might have to think about that later on. I just copy and paste the texture after. I have like here's a really annoying thing. I love this program, Painter's Sigh, but here's the thing. Look at my texture list here. I've got all these, but this is like only like 1/3 of the number of textures I actually have right now. But Sigh can only load 100, so I've got like 330 or something. So if I want different textures, I have to quit the program, get to a text file, and switch them out. It's kind of annoying. I don't know why I can only load 100. It's really annoying. Just some boring shading. You legit only have one. Admittedly, I usually stick to, what's my favorite? My favorite's probably, where is it? Probably, I like Spray a lot. Spray is a nice effect. Spray is very simple, but it works quite well. Go on, music. I don't mind if I do. Please don't overdo it. I won't overdo it. I'm just demonstrating what I have. What is the other texture I like, though? Was it Speed Rage? No, it's not that one. Actually, Speed Rage can be useful in some circumstances. What was the other one I really like to use, though? Was it Asbestos? No, it wasn't that one. Asperilla? Yeah, Asperilla. That's the other one. Asperilla makes things look comfortable. But as you can tell, if you zoom it out, you can't even see the texture. So texture doesn't matter for the thumbnail purpose of this. Actually, on that note, instead of struggling with figuring out a shading on the floor, I'm just gonna like do this. Since we're not really going to even need it for the, I'm just gonna save it for an individual picture. Art is slow. I'm a slow artist, but that's okay because I'm also like. You know, I'm not sloppy. At least I don't think I am. Hey, I'll just play some basic, like. Oh, that's what I'm missing. I need to lower the, where is it? Min size 0. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna be picky about this because it barely even matters. Let's go ahead and slap together a background too. Today's background will be, I mean, I can make a, there's a million ways I can do a background, but I think the way I want to do a background today is by going and finding, what do you think made me fat? Everybody give opinions. What do you think made me fat? I'm gonna pick the best, the best statement as I eat the spaghetti. I'm gonna wait for answers. You. Oh, Clovis. But we just met. No, actually I don't mind at all. I would totally eat everyone. And anyone. Especially willing people. Oh my. Wait, what? Well, oh my god. Clovis, at some point I was thinking about taking all my textures and layering them all together at the same time and seeing what it comes out like. It would look terrible, I know it would, but I'm kind of curious. Well, I need basic food items. Vor is nice, but I need basic food items. That's the thing. So bacon was one suggestion. Like normal food items. Cake, bacon. Spaghetti. Well, I am eating spaghetti right now. Gomon is really good. Gomon is excellent jams. Carrots? You're doing it wrong, Cereal. You're doing it wrong. Okay, you might have me on spaghetti. Hold on. Alright, I need a really nice spaghetti. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. It might work. The image doesn't even have to be that big because of what I'm going to do to it. It doesn't look fattening enough. I need something more fattening looking. I need like massive amount. That's a massive amount of spaghetti right there. No goose stocks? Oh, sorry. That's okay. I need more spaghetti. I need the fattiest looking spaghetti, and then we're gonna do something funny with it. I mean, that's a possibility. This one. That's not bad. That's a pretty good one. Overhead view is the best, honestly, for what I'm gonna do. You know what? That might win. But it has to have veggies in it. I don't completely approve, but it does look fattening. Ooh, this one gave me a high resolution, though. That's tempting. Veggies can't be fattening if you use enough ranch dressing. Oh my god, this one's like dripping. Hold on. Baked, huh? I've never thought of baking it. Interesting. God, what am I looking at now? That one looks like it's 1 week old. What's wrong with it? It has a film, like a cobwebby film on it. I don't know if I like that one. Okay, I think this one probably wins. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, you guys can't see anything. Sorry about that. I forgot about that. I minimized size so you guys couldn't see anything because with minimizing size, it also minimizes the view. All right, I found the one I want. Can we play Impact's theme snack? No, sorry. That takes effort. Effort is not allowed here. I'm sorry. Hello, sweet sacrifice. Alright, so I need to open a folder I closed. 1 second. Okay. As usual, did that. I knew it would. Why is it that Psy... Okay. GIMP does not like Psy. Here's why GIMP does not like Psy. I don't know why it does this to my layers sometimes. That's fine. It's not really the end of the world. I just need to do this. Okay. Alright, so now that I have it not broken, here's the spaghetti I've chosen. Here's what we're going to do with it. We're going to make it as shrunken to the sides as possible. So in that case, 1024. right? Actually, maybe not. Oh. Okay, we're actually going to make it bigger. Could also just... Can't ever get a perfect turn. Okay, there we go. Put it right. Okay, I need like... I want to get the fork off screen for what I'm going to do. Cat almost got it off. That'll do. Now, obviously, this is a shitty JPEG kind of picture, as most pictures are. Why do people save images like this? Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking... I hate JPEGs. But it's fine, because what we're going to do with it, it doesn't actually matter. Now, here's... Actually, I will lie. I will immediately take back my statement, because if I use GIMP's amazing ability to export, and I tell it to do a JPEG... Here's an amazing thing it does. See this? Look at that! Quality! Ah! You can actually save 100% quality JPEG, but most of the times people don't do that. I still save as PNG though, because I just prefer it. Oh, thank you for the host, Polar. You're having chicken parmesan? This is tasty image Greasy. Good. So here's the fun part. We're going to take this kind of messy image, we're going to make it fun. How are we going to make it fun, you may ask? Let's watch this. So, I'm going to put it behind my character. And actually, we don't really need a shadow for this. There we go. Here's what we're going to do with this fun image. We're going to now use a particular filter. And I believe it will be oilify. And then we're just going to oilify. We're actually, I think it's saying it's fine, so. And then we oilify it, and take a look at that. I love this effect. I've kind of tweaked it, so it works just perfectly for me. And by doing that, it makes it so characters can pop on top of things better. Now, obviously, the character still doesn't quite pop well enough, but we can fix that. Let's see, should I do white? Actually, you know what? Let's have a little fun with this. We want to do kind of a spaghetti yellow thing. Yeah, that'll do. Now, obviously, the character still doesn't pop that well, but don't worry, I'm not done. I have other tricks up my sleeve. Oh. Let's see, should we do 10? Yeah, 10 should be fine. Maybe a little much. Let's try 5. Oh, pasta's pretty good. I'm still not done, by the way. Subtle little glow effect. Makes characters pop even better. Why so thick? Because there's never enough thickness. Dude! Hey! Sweet, you should see the other one that I was possibly going to work on. We were actually debating... So I'm actually making a thumbnail for some... I'm going to be playing Fatfur games. And I'm going to stream those and put them on YouTube. They're going to have their own thumbnail. So I'm using this as a thumbnail image, basically. And we were actually debating for a while which of 3 different images I have I should actually use for the thumbnail. We also debated this cutie. This was a pretty cute one of me. Not quite as pudgy as the other two, but very cute. We are also debating, let me go find the other one. The one that didn't quite win. I kind of really like this one, but it's fine that it didn't win. Where is it? Let's see. I always lose track of this. Okay, it is. This. My mouse will stop working, that's weird. I really like this one. I'm gonna color it at some point. But we stuck with this one because the whole clothes bursting thing indicates like an active weight gain, which is probably the most, probably the best idea considering the Fatfur games usually involve weight gaining. So this is kind of the most representative of that sort of thing. Yes, this is Super Mario Sunshine boss music, but it's the version played in Mario and Sonic the 2012 Olympic Games. There's a lot of remixes, look. Okay, well, this isn't a remix, but still. It has a good soundtrack. I have no experience of anything furry related. Oh, well, there's a lot of fun stuff out there. A lot. A lot. Oh, thank you for the follow. Anyways, let's see. How does this look? What do you guys think? There we go. How's that? I think that's a good balance. I'm trying to make it so the background is nice and spaghetti without being too loud. I think that'll work. All right. Now save that. I'll pull this off and do something pornographic shows up. Never know when digging through my folders what'll show up. Actually, it's probably fine. It's just file names. What should I title this? Oh no, F8 died again? A bacon sunburst in the background? Max, maybe bacon will show up in another picture. I do have other pictures. You know what? Actually, Ink Money was getting DDoS the other day too. It seems like a bunch of trolls that have nothing better to do with their time are going around DDoSing furry sites again. Yeah, any ideas for a file name? I'm thinking like something involving spaghetti would probably be pretty appropriate right now. Spaghetti? No, not that meme. How dare you? I'm thinking. Thick noodles. Oh god, you know what? It would be perfect though? I have an Eastern Dragon form. If that was stuffed with spaghetti, thick noodles would be the perfect title for that. Spaghetti Duck's Satisfaction. I'm thinking, I always like to come up with a clever file name. This is what I do. You're creative. You're very creative. Shout out Spaghetti Slurp. Shadox Spaghetti-Splurge? Splurge? Okay, I think I like that one. I'll do that one. Oh, I got a better one. I got a better one. Spaghetti splurges split. Something involving clothing. Yeah, seams. Thank you. Perfect. Spaghetti splurges split seams. Now it sounds like a newspaper headline. I'll combine everything. Spaghetti-Splurging Shadox split seams. News at 11. I love it. Daft noodles. Perfect. Okay, I got it written down. See, how big is this file? Small. Okay. It's not that big an image. But it's fine. Alright, boy. Sorry you're not doing well again. And good night to you, Ultra.